Are there any social audio influencers? People who solely made their rise on social audio. I'm not talking podcasting, but social audio. We all know the influencers that are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and so forth, but it's all visually driven. They've become, at times, influencers simply because of their existence on these platforms. Some of those individuals who boast millions upon millions of followers and make very good money with it are simply in their position because they have understood how to sell the perfect world to us. Sex sells. The perfect world is sexy. Of course, then there are those who managed to get millions of followers with critical perspectives, and I would actually count Casey Neistat as one of those who provide entertainment value, but also a good amount of criticism. PewDiePie, of course, the largest YouTube channel, individual YouTube channel on the planet with, I think, 86 million followers. He's been more controversial in the last number of years, but it's still all visually driven. It's much easier to pretend on visuals, in videos, on images that I can Photoshop, that I can post-edit. I can create a mood. And you perhaps feel the mood in your own respect, in your own right. And then you may or may not read the text, but I would already want to go out on a limb here and say that most of us don't read the text on Instagram. If the image looks good and it catches our eye, we might zoom in because the vistage is great, or that the woman or man on the picture attracted our eyeball, and very rarely do we actually read the text. In audio, we have no choice. The only way to go about it is to listen. It's incredibly difficult to pretend. Granted, we can create characters that take a position and then we can maintain this position for X amount of time like an actor. But if we actually record who we are and what we want to express, it's incredibly difficult, if not, I would want to say, impossible to pretend in the long run. You can't hide in audio. Your inflection, tonality, pronunciation, your choice of verbiage gives away who you are, what you think, where you stand, what your agenda is, what your objectives are. And there's nothing wrong with it. It just means that it's infinitely more difficult to actually pretend the perfect world. Therefore, social audio is not quite as sexy as visual stimulus. Then again, I would want to put a question mark to that. Because of one thing predominantly. Wouldn't we rather deal in truth than in pretend? Isn't that the new narrative? To be truthful, to be humble, to be approachable, to be authentic? Isn't that's the catchword, isn't it? That's the buzzword lately. Authenticity. There is not a single Instagram account that has influential status that truly is authentic. But I would want to say that there is almost 99% of authenticity in social audio. So doesn't that make social audio the more valuable platform? And I'm not pitching social audio here as the end-all be-all. I'm just saying that in the context of truth, in the context of value, in the context of authenticity, and in the context of the actual real world, social audio reigns by far supreme over social media in a visual right. So that leaves me with one big question. Who are the influencers on social audio, if there are any at all?